The New Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Volume 43, featuring these 2 episodes. Episode 1, The Adventure of the Serpent God. Episode 2, Death is a Golden Arrow. The radio programs appearing in this audiobook were written by Dennis Green, Bruce Taylor, and Anthony Bouche, based upon the characters and suggested by incidents appearing in stories created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle in his Sherlock Holmes detective novels, featuring narration by John Stanley as Sherlock Holmes and Alfred Shirley as Dr. Watson. The radio show's host is Cy Harris.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and 1,036 leading retail stores from coast to coast present the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Tonight's story, The Adventure of the Serpent God. And so here we are once again in Dr. Watson's cheerful book-lined study. But let's not keep our Sherlock Holmes fans waiting. What's tonight's adventure to be, Doctor?
Tonight, I think I'll tell you how Holmes prevented a bloodthirsty Hindu uprising. It all occurred because we unearthed the meeting place of an East Indian cult who worshipped the Serpent God.
Sounds promising.
Yes, it was a weird and unearthly setting for one of our most hair-raising encounters with that arch-criminal, the notorious Professor Moriarty.
Professor Moriarty. Sherlock Holmes always got a run for his money when he matched wits with Professor Moriarty. And now, Dr. Watson, back to Professor Moriarty and the adventure of the Serpent God.
Yes, Mr. Harris. It was late-ish one May evening in the early 1900s. I had been out on an emergency case and was returning in the soft spring twilight. As I reached 221B Baker Street, I looked up to see a light in the windows of our sitting room. Holmes' long, lank silhouette was pacing back and forth in the lamplight. From the nervous vitality of his movements, I gathered he was working on a new case. I let myself in the front door and bounded up the steps.
You what, Doctor?
Well, I hurried upstairs. Evening, Holmes. What's up?
A case, Watson. I'm expecting word from our latest client. Now, don't remove your hat and gloves. From his note, I gather he'll want us to go to him at once.
Oh, then it's urgent.
I suspect it's more than urgent, Watson. The stability of the Empire may well depend on our efforts tonight.
Oh, now, really, Holmes.
I'm not exaggerating, Watson. I leave that to you. However, I don't think anyone will underrate the unrest that's seething in India these days. The slightest spark may set off an explosion.
Granted, but how does that affect us?
As a matter of fact, my friend Harkey, you remember young Wells Harkrider of the Foreign Office?
Naturally. He's the one who always looked as if he'd just swallowed his monocle.
Don't let that air of fatuous imbecility fool you, Watson. Hiding behind that simple facade is one of the most alert brains in England. Not counting my own, of course.
Oh, conceit.
That's why he's been assigned to the Maharaja.
Well, he'll have his hands full. Those East Indian potentates are a slippery lot. I wouldn't trust one around the corner with my second-best stethoscope.
Prejudice, Watson, pure prejudice. I met this one several years ago at the Royal Garden Party. Rather decent sort. We've corresponded ever since.
Holmes, you're wonderful. You know everything and everybody. Tell me about your Raja. Which one is he?
He's the Maharaja of Banjoram, a small, warlike mountain kingdom in the north of India.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
You've undoubtedly heard of the Banjoram stables. The Maharaja is interested in racehorses and higher education. He leads a rather quiet life in his villa outside of Paris, where the famous professors from the Sorbonne come to give him advanced lectures in private.
Sounds placid enough.
Quite. His life, I may say, was completely serene and uninteresting until his heir came to visit him.
Well, nothing abnormal about that. Sons frequently upset the even tenor of their father's ways.
Oh, but Prince Jinnah is not the Maharaja's son. He's his half-brother. Different mothers and all that, you know.
No.
It wasn't until it became apparent that the Maharaja would never have a son of his own that anyone took any interest in this boy at all. I don't believe the Maharaja had even met him until he sent for him last autumn. He suddenly decided it was high time the lad became
Sample complete. Ready to continue?